Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. Okay, I'm just out the shower, so forgive the wetness of the hairness. And we finally have a new batch of questions to answer that were just answered like 2 days ago. Thank fuck, eh? Right, just navigating my way to them now. Right, I think actually once I hit like about maybe 300 private messages or something, I currently have 146. But if I ever get past 600, I think I'll close it for the time being, because I don't want it to build up like it did last time. But aye, anyway, let's get on with these questions. Okay, first one is from a Starn01069. You were the first. Right. I have two questions. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Yeah. Why did you start Let's Playing? Because I was bored, I don't know. Okay, here's one from As2K2. I can't help but notice that you give a title to all your videos in an LP. Ever gotten to some ever gotten into some writer's block coming up with new titles for the different parts? What about a title where you thought brilliant, I'm a genius or something like that? Yeah, that's like coming up with like titles for Let's Plays, it can sometimes be pretty. Sometimes I'll just pull something at my arse and slap it on, and usually when I'm uploading it, I'm quickly skipping through the video and thinking, I will call it Going Through the Woods, or something really uncreative like that. But then there are times, obviously, when I'm thinking, yes, that title is amazing, I'm so great, but yeah, I only give my LP parts, titles to give them some uniqueness, so to speak. I remember it was during my Shenmue Let's Play, Shenmue 1, that I actually randomly started giving them titles, because you'll notice the first 10 parts of that Let's Play don't have titles. And then there are some games where I felt parts weren't really an issue, like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus and retro games, where there weren't really distinctive parts to the gameplay, so they didn't really need a title. But I've gone on for this question far too long, but anyway. Mr. 100% Gamer. Excuse me. Hi. Heavy Rain, hey. When you were going through your favourite games of 2010, you mentioned Heavy Rain. Which character do you feel had the best storyline in the game, and was this character your favourite character too? I quite liked... I don't know, they were all pretty... I liked them all, to be honest. If I had to choose a favourite, it probably would have to be Ethan Mars, the main sort of character. I don't know, I think the scenes with him were the most epic, but all the characters had epic scenes though, but I'll go with Ethan. Right, here's one from Shadow Blitz 237. Say, Ducky, what are your thoughts on Kirby's Epic Yarn? Hopefully you get this question after you get the game and you don't have a backup question. Can you breakdance? I can't breakdance, I'm afraid, and as for Kirby's Epic Yarn, it's still not out over here. In fact, have you guys seen that new, Kirby game for the Wii that's, the footage, it looks like leaked footage because it's not really an official trailer or that. But yeah, it's amazing that we're getting that, right off the bat. But here in Europe, we still don't have Kirby's Epic Yarn. It's coming out in February, about a month from now, and I'm picking it up day one. I really want to play that game. I always have, to be honest. It was like my favourite Nintendo game at Nintendo's E3 press conference, to be honest with you. But aye, whatever. Anyway, here's one from Mad T001, long time commenter, by the way. Hey Donald. Oh, but you've asked like a million questions. Right. Hey Donald, I wrote an awesome list of questions each time I thought of one ready for this moment. Yes, I have wrote a whole paragraph. Yes, you have. If you could make a game, what genre would it be, and what might you make it about? I don't know. Platformer, I guess. I don't know. I'm really not like a creative person. I'm gonna say that right now. So I don't know if I'd be able to put my heart and soul into a game, so to speak. I'm more of just a player. So, what are your thoughts? What were your thoughts on when Sega stopped making consoles, and who or what was responsible for it? Sega made a lot of fuck ups during the Dreamcast, sadly, but it broke my heart nonetheless. It really did. Do you think there will ever be a time when all games are downloaded only and physical software at a shop is phased out? I don't think that'll ever go away, you know, physical copies, because then there'd be no rentals, no used games. Well, I guess you could rent it, but yeah, I don't think it'll get phased out, but I think we will see a more stronger approach, you know, to downloading games, you know, because that way, when you do download the game, obviously the publisher gets the biggest cut of the money. There'll be no used games, because used games don't really benefit the publisher at all. But I think that's something the consoles have to do, and they are kind of doing it. You know, you can buy like full games on the 360 and the PS3. I think we'll see bigger steps towards that in the future. You know, would you ever do an LP or an LP completely drunk? Okay. What would you do, or how would you react if you came home one day and all your consoles and games were gone and only one game was left? They left was Sonic 06. If that ever happens, I know who did it. It was you. Alright, so yeah. How would you feel if Sega announced they were going to take Sonic 06 and remove all the bad parts and make it into a game they intended to be? I doubt they'll ever do that, but if they did, I'd be extremely skeptical for starters. I mean, you'd have to take, there's nothing good in that game, except maybe the music. You'd have to take out Princess Elise and all that. Yeah. Do you think Phoenix Wright would make a good anime series, assuming there isn't one already, because I don't actually know if there is or not? It may work, I'm really not sure. I used to watch anime quite a bit, but I haven't for quite a long time. There's actually a few Phoenix Wright mangas floating around the internet. I don't know if they're fan-made or official by Capcom, but I've read them, well, the ones translated into English anyway, and they're quite good. But as far as anime goes, I really don't know. I mean, I would play anything with Phoenix Wright in it. Certainly would. So yeah, I guess it depends on how it was approached, really. Here's one for Lava Blade Gamer. If Insomniac makes more Ratchet and Clank games, main games, not like All for One, would you like to see a returning villain, and if so, which one? Well, the only villain, I guess Tachyon, because I don't think we didn't really get like proper closure with him. You know, he kind of like died and that was it, really. Whereas Drek, well, actually he kind of just died and that was it as well. But yeah, you get the point. The Boss Gunner, have you ever tried Harvest Moon? I haven't, no, I haven't. Isn't that a game just like Animal Crossing? I'm probably wrong, but that's kind of what I think. But I don't know a thing about it, to be honest. Okay, Gaming Dude 42. Sup Duck, I know you may not get read. I know this may not get read for a long time, sorry, but I got two questions. What did you think of Tron Legacy? I didn't like Tron Legacy. Went to go see it in 3D with my friends, you know. And you see, it was only a few months ago before that I'd actually seen the original Tron film, and I thought it was really good. You know, I really liked the idea of it all. Whereas Tron Legacy, I don't know, just the something to do with the plot and all that. It wasn't magical. You know, the first one was magical. What this one wasn't. And yeah, I don't know. I can't really put it in the words, but there was something about it. I didn't like Tron Legacy, to be honest. Okay. Are you going to buy a 3DS for Ace Attorney vs Professor Layton? As it stands right now, I was actually thinking about doing a whole video on this, but as it stands right now, I'm not getting a 3DS. It's too fucking expensive. I thought Microsoft was ripping us off with Kinect. In America, it's $150. Over here, it's £130, which is way too overpriced. But look what Nintendo's done. $250 in America. $230. What does Nintendo think the exchange rate is, seriously? For those of you that don't know, something that's like $250, isn't that what the Wii is priced at right now in America? I think it is. And over here the Wii is priced at £180. And so yeah, over in America the 3DS and the Wii are going to be the exact same price, but over here the 3DS is going to be £50 more expensive than the Wii. That's complete bullshit, if you ask me. I wouldn't mind paying £180 for the 3DS, I wouldn't, but I'm not going to pay that much, no way. It kind of pisses me off. Also, I might be wrong about that pricing, don't quote me on it, but that's kind of what I know right now. I'm sure one of you will let me know. But as it stands right now, if the 3DS is that expensive, I'm not getting one. Okay. Stone Temple Animals. Hey Scottish Duck, what is your major in college? Any ideas of what you want to do as a career? I'm currently a web developer, building websites and all that. I don't really care what I do when I'm older. As long as I, enjoy myself and I can buy a game every once in a while, I will literally, be happy. Um, Amazing Red 09. Hey Duck, big fan. Is there any chance you will do an LP of Spider-Man 2 Intro Electro? I loved your original Spider-Man Let's Play so much, and I think it would be awesome if you did the sequel. I've been meaning to do that, actually, because I still don't know why, but my LP of Spider-Man 1 is my highest viewed LP ever. The first part has like, what, 500,000 views for some reason, I don't know. But, yeah, I should get round to doing that, actually. I don't think I own it, so I'll have to, I don't know, I'll have to get round to buying it first, but yeah, I probably will do it at some point. Okay. Shadow Rave. Hi, Scottish Duck, a few questions for me. What are your views on Smilebite becoming Sega Sports Japan as of 2004, and do you think this change will affect any changes getting a new Jet Set Radio or Panzer Dragoon anytime soon? Also, do you think Sega merging developers is a good idea? Sorry for a long question. Right. You've got quite a few. You've got another questions here, but I'll get to that in a minute. Smilebite becoming Sega Sports Japan. I wasn't actually completely aware of that, but I knew that Smilebite, wasn't around anymore. And yeah, that is kind of shite, really. As for a new Jet Set Radio or Panzer Dragoon, well, we're kind of getting a new Panzer Dragoon called Project Draco. It's a Kinect game, but it's made by the guy who was apparently responsible for Panzer Dragoon. He doesn't work for Sega anymore, sadly. But yeah, he's making a real shooter with, controlling a dragon. But it's a Kinect game, and please, alright? Make it so that you can play it with a controller, okay? Don't make me have to buy a Kinect just to play another Panzer Dragoon game, please. I'm begging you. Please, please. And as for Jet Set Radio, I can see Sega coming back to that at some point. They're going to release it on Xbox Live Arcade or PSN at some point. I'm fairly confident about that. And I would love to see a new one on the Wii, right? It would work really well on the Wii, spraying graffiti and all that. Aye. And as for Sega merging developers, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion, to be honest. As long as they keep making good games, then I'm not too bothered. Right, other one. What is your favourite town from a game and why? My favourite town from a game and why? It's not a bad question. My favourite town from a game and why? It's a good question. How come when it's a good question, I can never come up with a good answer? There was a... I'm sorry, I can't think of one. Next question. Rocky Dog 2 on there, how long we recorded for? I'll wait till we go over 20 minutes or so. Alright, good luck Doug getting through these questions, not mine, everyone else's. Okay, 4 questions. What game did you spend the most money on in your collection? I've answered this before. What did I spend the most money on? Wasn't there something like stupidly expensive that I bought? I can remember. I think I've answered this before, so I'll leave it at that. The noob, sorry. How much money do you make as a partner? Apparently, I'm not allowed to say, to be honest. It's not a great amount though. Obviously I'm not one of the bigger YouTube partners, but it's definitely not something you could live off of. It's just a good little bit of money on the side, which is have. I still appreciate it, of course, thanks to all you guys. Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster? Not really, no. I do like Loch Ness though, I've been there a couple of times, it's a really nice loch. Um, who would you want to hang out with more, Sonic or Ryo Hazuki? Ryo Hazuki, I'm sure he would teach me some moves or some shit, I don't know. Alright, Holmborn. Right. How big is your collection? Kinda big. Well, it's not as big as I want it to be, but yeah. Do you have numbers? No, I don't. Personally, I have 27 PS3 games, 63 PS2 games, and 32 PS1 games, and 17 SNES games, and I'm in 9th grade. Does that make you about 17 or something? I don't know. But yeah, good collection. Okay, here's one. The 24th Dane. Have you heard of the upcoming game called Brink? If you have, what are your thoughts on it? The name rings a bell, but to be honest, I know nothing about it, sorry. Stars Are Dead, 1009. What is your favourite survival horror game on the PS3 360? I can think of two right now. Dead Space 1 and 2. I'm currently playing for Dead Space 2, it's really good. And Deadly Premonition, alright. Now, those of you who are like thinking, what the fuck am I choosing that game for, right? Deadly Premonition is actually very good, okay? I mean, I'm playing for it right now, and I'm sort of playing it more than Dead Space, to be honest, and I'm really enjoying it more. It's a very good survival horror game. Other ones off the top of my head would be a Siren, Blood Curse. I think that's called something else over in America. It's a PS3 exclusive. But overall, I probably would go for Dead Space 1 for my favourite survival horror on a PS3 360. You know, you don't get that many of them, sadly. But I'll go with that one. Okay. Hey Duck, I'm a new fan, so I apologise if I ask something you've heard already. This is the Wolfboy 007. Here are my thoughts. Do you think you are overrated or underrated on YouTube? I don't know how to answer that. I like where I am right now, anyway. Since you love Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, what are your thoughts on the other 3D Sonic games, Heroes to Colors? That's kind of a big question right there. Well, I think ever since you know the Dreamcast died, you know, most of the 3D Sonic games have been kind of subpar. You know, the only ones that I really enjoyed, you know, was Heroes and Unleashed. Okay, all the other ones were bad. Yeah, all the other ones were bad. 06, Shadow the Hedgehog, Riders. No wait, Sonic and the Secret Rings, I enjoyed that as well. Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Heroes, and Sonic Unleashed. Those were the only three post-Dreamcast 3D Sonic games that I, you know, enjoyed. Everything else I hated. But Sonic Colors, on the other hand, I really believe is Sonic's, you know, return, alright? It is that good of a game, and it's 3D as well, which is, like, amazing. But yeah. And number 3, I'm Irish. Good for you. Okay. Here's one from a DP Galaxy. By the time you read this, you'll probably answered this question, but I'll ask anyways. What are you most excited for, the NGP or the 3DS? I don't care about either of them, to be honest, you know. Like, I remember everybody coming to me, all my friends and that, saying they're about to announce the PSP2, it's gonna have PS3 graphics, holy shit. And then I saw a couple of screenshots and I was like, oh, so it does. But apart from that, I'm really not bothered at all. Honestly, I mean, maybe I just can't be arsed waiting for it. I'll wait till it comes out, and I've already ranted about the 3DS in this video, so yeah. Also, do you happen to have any friends, relatives in Ireland? I'm from Ireland, and wow, you're the second Irish guy in a row! Wow. And but I don't have any relatives in Ireland. I've never actually even been to Ireland, to be honest. Thanks and good luck with the Q&A. Thank you. Alright, Mr. Master Keyblade 11, if you got Sly Collection, would you do Sly 1, and have you seen the teaser trailer for Sly 4, and will you do that? Well, I've never played Sly 4 before, so obviously I can't do that, and it's not even out yet. But I'm excited for Sly 4, you know. I'm glad that, you know, it's getting a reboot on the PS3. Well, they're continuing it, so to speak. I mean, Sucker Punch, they're a great developer, you know. I love Infamous. I can't wait for Infamous 2. And I don't have the Sly collection yet, but I do want to get it. You know, even if only to play Sly 1 again, to be honest. Right. Here's one from Black to Connell. I'll just finish this page right here. Black to Klondike, I think. What games do you look forward to buy for the 3DS? I guess there's the Professor Layton game. I know I just said in that video I just did there, you know, Phoenix Wright Rocks, that I wasn't a big fan of Professor Layton, but I do like it enough to, you know, want to buy the newest one. And on that note, there's also Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney, which is kind of my most wanted right now. Ocarina of Time in 3D, even though I've bought that game like 5 times in my life, I'm going to buy it again. And Super Monkey Ball 3D, because I'm a big Monkey Ball guy, you know. Right. And what we got here, who's the best Scotsman, Sean Connery or Scrooge McDuck? Toughy. Right, anyway. Reborn Giga, will you do Kingdom Hearts? Next question! Wait, I had to ask that just to piss you off. Well, you did it, you prick. Have you ever played Team Fortress 2? If so, what's your opinion on it? Nah, I never played it. Even though the Orange Box is my favourite game on the 360, I never touched Team Fortress 2, you know. I literally didn't give a shit. I just wanted to play the single player stuff, you know. JMaz91, if you were stranded on a desert island and you had to choose between you, PS2 and 3 and all the Ratchet and Clank games, or your Dreamcast with Shenmue 1 and 2, what would you choose? Shenmue 1 and 2, yeah, I'd pick that, sorry. Here's one from Mr. Preacher89. Are you looking forward to Okami Den? I'll probably buy it, but, you know, I had someone cuss me out of this because I've already been asked this before about how I'm not looking forward to Okami Den, right? It's normal that, because, like, a fantastic game like Okami is getting ported. Well, it's getting a sequel, but it's going to be on the DS, you know, it's going to be shrunk down, right? I'm not saying handheld games aren't as fun as console games, okay? But you'd think that it would deserve to be put on a console as well, okay? That's why I truly think, you know, I think it should be on PS3 or 360, maybe PS3 exclusive, or even the Wii, you know? But I don't like the fact that it's on a handheld, I'm sorry, whatever. And if you had to choose one RPG, if you only had to choose one RPG series to play for the rest of your life, what would it be? In terms of ones that I know is, you know, gonna keep coming out, obviously I'd pick Skies of Arcadia, but they're not gonna come out, so to speak. I would choose Paper Mario. Now, I would like to choose Phantasy Star, but Paper Mario would have to win by a hair, I think. Also, will you do the Persona games at some place? I would like to see what you think of them. I'll never let's play them if that's what you mean, but I don't know if you saw my collection update, but a friend of mine got me Persona 4, I don't even know if you can see that, for my birthday. And this is a fantastic game, guys. You really should try this. It is one of the greatest RPGs ever. It is. Persona 4, people. You don't have to play all the other Personas to get the story, so definitely try it out. Right, 3 more questions. Don't worry. Here's one from Jack Strawbridge. Hey Doug, just wondering, when you play a game for the first time, which difficulty do you go for? Are you the sort of story-loving easygoer, or are you a hardcore get right into the thick of it player? I usually go for medium, you know, for shooters and all that. But it's funny you should ask that, because I recently made a decision about myself. Going back to Persona 4, because of this, right, you can actually change the difficulty before you start the game, and I went on normal, and the game is pretty hard. Not so hard that I want to stop playing it, but the thing is, the type of gamer I am, I just like to, you know, get through a game, then go on to my next one. You know, I like to play as many games as possible. That's just how I function with my games, you know. And I'm like 40 hours into this, and I'm starting to regret why didn't I just play it on easy, you know, to get through the this really long game quicker. So yeah, I think with Japanese RPGs from now on, if I've got the choice, I'm gonna go for easy, you know, just for the sake of getting through it quicker. Um, but with every other game, you know, I do like to go on normal. Okay, here we have Mario vs. DK. What's your favorite fighting game series? Either Street Fighter or Dead or Alive, you know. I'm not like the biggest fighting fan. I grew up with Street Fighter a lot, so that's why I like that. And Dead or Alive 4 more than anything. Well, I played a lot of 2 on the Dreamcast, but Dead or Alive 4 was like, it's my online game, you know. I've played it more than any other 360 game online, and I met all my friends and that, so I have a very big attachment to that series. And I'll be picking up Dead or Alive 3D, what's it called? The 3DS one. If I get a 3DS, if they come down in price, of course. Yeah. And last one here for now, from Eggman Jr. What would you do if you caught a member of your family teabagging the sun? What? What would you do if you caught a member of your family teabagging the sun? Is this something I should get? I don't know. Um, I'll think about that. Okay, I'll think about that. Anyway, that was the last question, guys. See you after. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.